Hill sponsors Martin vs Joshua on Sky Sports Box Office.
James Holder for iFull TV in association with Macklin's Gym. I'm in the dressing room with IBF World Champion Lee Selby after his points win against Eric Hunter. Firstly, congratulations on the win, Lee.
Thank you very much.
Good man, how are you feeling?
Alright, good. A little bit sore.
I bet.
As expected. I've been on a 12-round fight.
Peach of a left hand he caught you with in the fourth round as well.
It was a good shot, wasn't it? But sadly wasn't good enough.
No. What went through your mind when obviously first time on the canvas as a pro? What was
to be honest, I was more embarrassed than anything.
I could see that in your face.
Like, I pride myself on being able to take a good shot. Like, that's one of my main attributes. Even though I don't show it in the ring when I fight because I box, my toughness is one of my main attributes. So to be put down, it was a bit a bit embarrassing. But I wasn't hurt. You seen I got straight back up and I won the fight.
Testament to yourself the way you dealt with that and sort of not having been in that situation before. A lot of it's due to my
fitness. I'm always in the gym. I'm constantly fit, so I recover very, very quickly.
Eric Hunter, southpaw, spent most of the fight in orthodox, switched hit a lot. How did you find it in there trying to work him out there?
Not too bad. Obviously, my brother Andrew Selby, he's one of the most fluent switch hitters in the game, and I've been up to the Ingle camp sparring with Kid Galahad.
I saw you sparring Kid Galahad last week.
He switch hits. So like he got me in great shape, gave me great preparation for the fight. Him and my brother.
I had the pleasure of watching you sparring at the Ingle gym last week. You and Kid Galahad had fantastic sparring and probably couldn't get better sparring than for this fight, really, could you?
That's why we went up there. Perfect sparring.
Yeah, perfect sparring. I mean, you've come through this. Second defence. What are you looking to do now, Lee? What's the plan?
I just want to be in the big fights. I'm going to rest up. I'll probably have a day or two off from the gym. I'll have the rest of the month off from the gym, and I'll leave it to my manager, promoter, and advisor to pick the next move.
What do you want to do though? I mean, there's options. Obviously, you've got the domestic.
I just want to be in the big fights, whatever. I don't mind the biggest fights. I want to be in.
Yeah, Warrington. Obviously, that's a big fight. He's next weekend. See that as maybe potentially a good fight for you next.
That's a good fight for me. You got a massive fan base. The British public would love that fight.
Any qualms about going to Ellen Road?
No, I'll fight anyone, anywhere. I told you, I'm a boxer, so I got to be stupid to get in the ring and fight. So I'll travel anywhere. They can come to me. I'll fight anybody. But my managers, they ain't so stupid as me. They'll pick and choose the right fights for me, and I'll go with them.
We've seen Carl Frampton be vocal in calling you out. The rumour mill's been high that fight, with the close relationship with Sanagar Promotions and Cyclone Promotions, could potentially happen. Any close, any news? And what's your thoughts on that fight?
I think it's a very good fight. Carl Frampton is a very, very good fighter. But again, it's a fight that can be made. We're both advised by Al Heyman. Sanagar and McGuigan are working on a show together now. My brother's fighting on their fight for the British title, so they got a good relationship. And the fight do great numbers anyway. I think you could put that fight on in the Millennium Stadium in Wales, or you could put it on in Belfast, and they do great numbers. I got a lot of respect for Carl Frampton, and like he said, he got a lot of respect from me. But we're both in the game for big fights, and that'd make a massive fight.
I think we can see either of these fights in 2016.
I think so, yeah, because that was my mandatory defence out of the way. Now I got a voluntary, so Al Heyman, Chris Sanagar, and Eddie Earl pick the next opponent. Venue, Magero.
Warrington obviously in action next week. Should he come through that potentially, as we just spoke about, that could be the one.
Yeah, that could be the next one. He's in a tough fight, but I'm confident he'll come through okay.
Any thoughts on trying to unify the division, Lee? Has that gone through your mind before you sort of look to move up?
To be honest, I just want to be in the big fights. Like I said, unification fights. Like people say, I'm not good enough to compete against these guys, but I'll prove my worth in any fight.
By yourself, who do you think's the number one contender in the division at the moment?
Contender or champion?
Or even champion?
Champion, it'd have to be Lomachenko. Because like you put him in with like Eddie Russell Jr. He's already beat him. Put him in with who's the other champion? Coyle, he'd beat him. Put him in with Santa Cruz, he'd beat him. Put him in with me, I'd knock him out. Nah, no joke.
Why do you think there's sort of a reluctancy for people to call out Lomachenko? He's obviously the bigger name in the division.
He's so big, but he's not a massive name. In boxing, he's a massive name, obviously, but outside of boxing, no one knows him. He's He's from Ukraine. He speaks a little English, so the average paying customer don't really know him. So you wouldn't get great money fighting him, I don't think.
That's probably why the reluctance
That's
of people
why,
to speak about him. Yeah.
If he was like a household name, people would be queuing up to fight him.
I watched him with WSB a couple of years ago at York Hall. He's
I tell you the
fantastic.
thing, I watched him, and my brother boxed after him, so I thought I'd compare him, just like an honest opinion. And I thought my brother looked the better fighter. I think he boxed Sam Maxwell, was it? Yeah?
Yeah,
Did he box
yeah, I
him?
remember,
He
yeah.
did, didn't he? But Maxwell, I think he's boxed him twice, and he's made him look sort of, not average, but not as good as he really is.
Got to talk on your brother's progress. I mean, to
Yeah.
fight for the British title after will be in his fourth fight,
Yeah.
effectively. Fantastic achievement. And we haven't seen something like that, I think, since like Charlie Magri, I think.
I've been in boxing for 20 years. I started training when I was 8. I had my first fight when I was 10. So I've always watched boxing for 20 years. I've been in gyms all around the world, Vegas, LA, everywhere, all around the country. And he got to be one of, if not the best talents I've seen. I'm not saying he's my brother, so I don't really like him much. But honestly, he is one of the best talents I've ever seen.
I've heard people speak about him in the
Brilliant.
amateur setup for years, how good he is. And it's sometimes that amateur style
Yeah.
doesn't transcend, but his style is suited to the pros.
Yeah. And I've seen him sparring with like unbeaten pros out in Vegas, out in LA, and he's schooling them, making them look like novices. He got so much talent, it's unbelievable. If he can stay dedicated and focused, he'll be a superstar in the sport, I think.
I think we can see the Selby brothers doing some
Dominating.
big shows in like Millennium Stadium and that.
That's the plan. That's the main goal. We want to be big enough so we can draw the big names to the Millennium Stadium and challenge us. We want to be in a position where they want to fight us.
I respect your journey, Lee, because I know how hard the Senegals have worked to
Yeah.
get you to this level. They've boxed you around the country,
That's it,
not making any money for a long time.
We started from the bottom, no TV. The Senegals had no TV. They brought me through, slipped me in on the shows. They send me away as the opponent with confidence in me of winning. And look where we are now. We've worked our way up from the ground, from the bottom, and now we're world champion. Fighting in sold out arenas on one of the biggest shows in boxing.
Credit to yourself and Chris Senegal for believing, mate.
At the moment, I don't really reflect on it. I leave it until I've retired, and then probably every time I look at my trophy cabinet and belts and all that, I probably burst out crying every time. But at the moment, I'm just trying to stay focused, trying to get what I can out of the sport, and retire happy and healthy.
With the number of world champions that we've got at the moment, it must be a huge honour for yourself to be mentioned as pound for pound top in the top 3.
It's great, yeah. But if I was the only champion in the country, I'd get more credit, wouldn't I? But it is nice to have 12, obviously. Yeah.
Last but not least, message to all your people, Barry and everyone else, all your friends and sponsors and stuff.
Thank you so much for my support, the support you've been showing me. Let me get my sponsor T-shirt.
Go on, mate.
I'm not sure who sponsored me on this one. Right, we'll start from the beginning. We got RCR Roofing Construction, we got LDS from Barry, Motor Factors, if you need your cars sorted.
Is that the place to go in Barry?
That's the place.
LDS, yeah.
They've sponsored me from day one. We got Muscle Food, sending me the lean meats.
Yeah, that's wicked.
We got Blueberry Solutions who do the website design, A&L Scrap Metals and Barry.
Yeah.
We got the Pure Kitchen, keeping my nutrition for me, and a new one on board, Intense Menswear.
Oh, I like them tracksuits.
Great clothes.
I've got to say, tracksuits look brilliant. You had the same, literally every fighter had the same trackie on.
I did have another sponsor who was with me from day one as well, Nina Estate Agents, top estate agents in Barry.
Okay. So if I want to move to Barry, that's the place to go.
She's your woman.
Listen, champ, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Enjoy your evening. Have a safe journey back to Barry Island, and I'll catch you again real soon.
Nice one, thank you.
Cheers, champ.
William Hill sponsors Martin vs Joshua on Sky Sports Box Office.